Damn, it's hot outside, pet owners. Let's talk about how to prevent and treat heat stroke in pets this summer. Okay, so heat stroke is a real thing and it can be fatal to your pets, especially if you have a smush-faced breed dog like a bulldog or a Frenchie. If you got one of those breeds, probably just avoid the outside like it's a plague once it gets hot out. But when it comes to heat stroke, preventing heat stroke is the single biggest thing we can do to fight it. God, I'm already sweating. If it's illegal to be naked outside, it should be illegal for it to be this hot. Jesus. Oh God, I'm making sacrifices for science on this one. All right, so to prevent heat stroke, it's all common sense. But unfortunately, since common sense is not that common, I have to explain these things every single year to people. So the very first thing to prevent heat stroke is just don't spend extended periods of time out in the hot. If you do have to spend time outside when it's hot with your pet, make sure they have access to a shaded area, make sure they have plenty of cool water to drink, and if you got one of those little fans with a mister, that would be right on point. I also don't recommend engaging in strenuous activity. When it's hotter than Satan's undercarriage out here, that's not the time to play chase the ball until I drop. These are the clinical signs of heat stroke. I'm not going to go through them all individually because with how hot it is, I'm already brewing some tea in my undercarriage, so pause it and read it at your leisure. So if you do see those clinical signs in your pet, don't panic. Do not do something stupid. Do not spray them with the water from the piping hot hose. Do not throw them in an ice bath or an ice cold pool or anything like that, because if you cool your pet down too quickly, you can legitimately kill them. Instead of panicking and completely submerging them in cold water, bring them inside, either to a car or a home, and crank the AC. If you don't have access to some sort of inside facility, put them in a shaded spot. Oh God, this is so much better. All right, once they're inside, let them lay down on a cool surface and cover them with a damp towel. Conduction, which is heat transfer from one object to another, is one of the most important ways for pets to dissipate heat. The other one is evaporation, which for them is panting. For us, it's sweating. All right, so if you have a fan handy, crank that on and point it right at them. That'll help cool them down a little bit. Also make sure they have plenty of cool water to drink, and if you notice that these clinical signs are not going away with this stuff, you need to rush them to the nearest veterinary hospital immediately. Jesus, it's hot. Why did I come back outside to film the outro to the video? So there you go, that's how you can prevent and treat heat stroke. So remember, be smart and keep your pets safe this summer.